Hello everyone and welcome to CWC F2 Season 7 Round 4 for the Canadian GP. I am Pepsi Freak 212 aka ROP aka Yuki, call me whatever you like. But we are here today for Round 4 of the CWC Championship. And it looks like it's going to be shaping up for a great race here in Canada. And if you know anything about Canada, and I will probably say this more than once in this broadcast, is that it's a race that provides two things. You're going to see a few spins, but there's going to be a lot of corner cutting. So it's going to be, you got to watch out for corner cutting, and you got to watch out for the weather, because in Canada, the rain can always tiptoe on you when least expected. So if we look at the calendar before in the current rounds, it's a situation where like Bahrain and Azerbaijan, there's not going to be much rain, but this could be the first race where these drivers have to deal with the rain conditions, and it could be catch some of them at least out in the metaphorical wet, like us, a wet dog out in the rain. But anyway, enough of the metaphors. Let's take over a quick little check of the standings and the constructors, and before we get ready for this broadcast currently here. Going over the quick standings, after last week's chaotic Baku GP, or Azerbaijan GP, it was a very chaotic race where a lot of drivers had some nutrition problems. Kenobi gets his first win of the CWC season, and first one, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in CWC as well. And he takes over the points lead, currently on 49 points. So good for Kenobi. Scanny also had a relatively good performance as well. Was able to get, after winning in Spain, was able to come home in 4th, which could have been a little higher, but still a good finish, at least surviving to the end to make sure he got some points. He will be at 36 points. And Leslie Twig, who was the points leader going in the last round, sadly could not show up, and he will be at 35 points, but looking for a good rebound race today. I also know some heartbreak as well, to note some other things real fast, with Smitty leading with 4 to go and having a slight error, and that cost him any chance, similar to Verstappen in real life. So, or Hamilton as well. So, mistakes were made. And also 11, if I'm not 11, sorry, Exelic also got in the podium, if I'm not mistaken. Standings say that she, I thought she did, but I guess some penalties did take her back, so never mind, some penalties did remove her. But anyway, take a look over the constructor standings real fast as well. We got McLaren clearly lead the way with 51 points, then Alpine at 49, and AlphaTauri also at 49 as well. So a three-way battle for the constructors' battles, with Red Bull about 10 behind, and Mercedes about 13 behind that. But anyway, as we are waiting for this race to eventually start here, waiting for the 5 out of 13 ready up, we're almost ready to go. I've done the standings updates as well. Everyone is all situated, good to go. And now we just wait to get this race underway, waiting for the last few people to ready up. I think maybe waiting 1 or 2 minutes just to get that. It looks like, yep, we are ready to good to go here. So we are starting with, if I remember, I said 13 people, and there will be 13 people here to start this race. Some drivers, again, are going to be looking to get the extended lead in the standings, while other drivers are going to be looking to dig themselves out of a hole they may have put themselves in. We know Toby Tiger was fast last round. Reds is also a pretty fast driver as well. Remember, it was 2nd place last season. And we got some other drivers like Leslie Kenobi and Maddie and Smitty that are trying to help raise their gaps in the standings. Oh, Scanny as well, yeah. So anyway, here we are at Canada. We won't know the weather until we load in. Hopefully, again, part of me is the god of chaos in me, wants to see some rain, wants to see some tricky conditions. But at the same time, part of me wants to see a clear day and don't want to penalize these drivers too much. But we'll have to wait and see what the RNGesus shows on us and shows what the weather will be. So anyway, so yeah, everyone readying up here, checking the tires, doing all that jazz, and we will be good to go here. Yeah, I would say much more, but we just kind of just waiting for qualifying to start here, so that's really not much else I can really say here. Other than, again, I could quickly just plug the website that one of our main men, Smitty, made, who has this nice standings here, lets us check standings, constructor standings, compare results, and show season statistics. So, very nice website indeed. Thank you, Smitty. It's CWC-racing.web.app/standings. Anyway, it does look like it's going to be a very overcast conditions here, per se. I don't know, again, I have no clue. I have no weather standings here. We don't have task system here, so I can't tell you if there's a chance rain is on the way. But what I can tell, though, is at least from the cloudy conditions, that it could be at least a slight chance of a monkey wrench being formed here. But anyway, 18 minutes in qualifying. We're going to put the lap data up. We're going to put the, that's not the limit, you want the track map up. And we'll wait for our first driver to go out. And there looks like it's going to be, yep, it is going to be TTGaming that will be the first driver to take it out there. And you can also see the Red Bull driver, I think, that is going to be H. Collins also taking a run out as well. But TTGaming will be the first driver to take a lap around the Canadian GP here today. So let me just open one quick thing, and we will be ready to go. So anyway, as we do ride aboard here, we'll ride aboard him. We'll see what else is coming out real fast. I believe that is going to be up. It's AssassinBot next. This is a home race for AssassinBot, so hopefully he can put on a good race for the virtual faithful. Collins also went out as well. Toby the Tiger. So both Red Bull drivers are going to be giving themselves each a little bit of a tow. And the track does look very greasy, though. So again, I would not be shocked if rain's in the way, but since not everyone's rushing out, well, some of them are. Maybe rain isn't as far. Well, actually, I see a lot more people now heading out, so maybe this could be a situation. Now, Collins gets a five-place grid penalty for collision with Toby the Tiger. So, looks like the two teammates may have collided just slightly, and I don't know what damage that may have provided, but that's a situation where Collins is already going to be kind of behind the 8 ball, you could say. And let me just confirm that it only went to Collins, because sometimes it only shows up. Yep, it was only him, so he's only going to have the grid penalty. Toby the Tiger gets off scot-free. Yep, only drivers not to go out are 11, Lesty, Exelic, Kenobi, and Scanny, and it looks like I'd argue that the conditions at least are going to be dried out for a little bit, that they don't feel as a stretch to go. But anyway, Kiki about to start his lap here, so we'll go for a quick flyer as Kiki will drive us around here. And here he goes. Opening DRS going to go down hard in the corner 1 here. Very easy, the little left-right complex here. Going to get a little bit of high speed lock. If you go too long, you have to take the escape road dead straight and go off there. Going to try to get the car pendulum out. And now probably one of the trickiest corners, in my opinion, in the game here is 3-4, where if you cut in too early like that and you get a little too far to the right, you'll get an invalidation or a corner cutting warning, and if you go a little bit too wide, you'll clip the grass and get the same problem as well. Then through 6 and 7 at the end of Sector 1 here, it's very hard to get the traction down. Sometimes the back end can just kick out when you least expect it, so if you get the power a little bit too early, your back end may be skedaddling out. Then you're going to come up to 8-9 here with the blind right, where it's at least 1 or 2 victims per se by spinning out here. Again, like I've said, this track is a very corner cutting paradise where you got to cut, or you're going to be on the limit so much that you may spin. Then coming down to the famous hairpin, a little bit back where Kubica suffered that horrible crash in 2008. And then you're going to have the long, and probably one of the major passing opportunities here, the long straight Canada Sector 3 right before the pit lane. If you do have the FX Sector 2, that's Collins going a bit slow, letting someone by. As you're going to go on the long straight, DRS is going to be activated. Here's where ERS will be activated as well. Long straight, and then you're going to have 1-2 to go, and you're going to have the hairpin in the wall of champions, which is basically, as we'll go for this, basically a succubus. As you can see, he goes too hard into the inside corner to try to get as much time, and that's your first validation right there. Kiki's time will not count. So we'll go to the next driver in line, who I think was Toby the Tiger. It's not Toby the Tiger. He's actually validated as well. I think it's actually going to be AssassinBot. If I'm saying, yeah, he is, and his time will count. So the finish by point on that, the Wall of Champions, as we'll get to in a second, is AssassinBot has done a 1:12.604. Next up is Reds. Reds, again, don't want to get drawn in too much by the succubus or the swine song, as now Reds goes pole position with a 1:17.078. But to finish my point, you don't want to be brought in by the succubus or the siren song of the Wall Champions. It claims so many victims that it's just not worth it. Now Smitty goes pole position with a 1:10.812. So put the McLaren right now in pole position for now. Next up, you got Maddie, and I think that is going to be another driver just up the road there. It was Jay Leakey. Jay Leakey going to be 4th. Here comes Maddie. Can he jump to pole position? He can. He will bump his teammate down with a 1:10.812. He'll be at 1:10.279. But if we take a look at the tire complex, only AssassinBot put his time on mediums along with Toby the Tiger. Everyone else is on a set of softs. Next up, you got both Aston Martins of Exelic and 11. 11's time is on the board right now, but Exelic hasn't validated, so we'll see what time 11 can put down. She will put down a P4 run with a 1:11.315. And I think we have our first spin. Yes, we do. It is going to be Jay Leakey right in 6 and 7 right there. Looks like got a little bit too much of it, and now going to get it refired to get it re-going, but definitely going to cost some time. Now the sun is out, though, so it looks like at the very least conditions are going to be strong enough that rain probably isn't in the forecast. But here comes Toby the Tiger to get as much time as he can. He was pretty fast times in the mediums. On the mediums last week at Baku, we qualified P2. Where will he slide his Red Bull now? It will be P2 again with a 1:10.338. We know Toby the Tiger's got some great speed in that car, so it's interesting to see where he'll go. Next up, Lesty the Twig here coming down the long straight. He hasn't validated his first lane, so he's going to have to do another one here. So we'll have to see where he sets his times on the board. Actually, I need fitted. There we go. Yep. So anyway, other than that, we also got the McLaren again of Maddie. He's going to be coming in. You can see that these very interesting pit lane that Canada has. Everyone should be coming in now. I don't think anyone's really going to take a second lap unless they're on a set of mediums or if they invalidated. But it looks like everyone, yep, there goes Jay Leak. He's coming in the pits after 1 lap. Leslie Twig's already invalidated again, so he'll have to kind of bail on this lap, save fuel, and come back in again. It looks like Zelic is going for one more run here, though. So she has not invalidated, so this time will count. Where can she slot her car? It's going to be at least P8, but it will be P6 with a 1:12.353. So put Zelic and her Aston Martin in the P6. Now you got Collins on an outlap again. Quickly, I was on a set of mediums when he got that little collision, and now he's going to be on a set of softs. Collins already has a 5-place grid post, so he has to get as far up the grid as possible and get as much time as he can. Behind him is the other Red Bull Toby Tigers. We'll actually see because he's on an outlet. We'll see if he is coming in. So no more than P2 for Toby the Tiger. Looks like someone is actually the Red Bull crew right there. So right now, Kiki, Leslie the Twig should be coming in, I assume. We'll cut back to Collins in a second. I just want to make sure if he is coming in. So Collins right now, but he's actually validated. So his time does not count. Exelic is on another lap as well. So we'll see. Yeah, she's 2 down though. So she is going to be coming in. So Exelic's on a cooldown lap. Collins is validated. So I'm assuming he may go around again though, but may want to try to save his tires. Other than that, Kiki is the only driver on a competitive lap, you could say, right now, or at least about to start a competitive lap, because he is currently farther than Collins. Looks like Jay Leakey's heading out of pit lane along with Smitty, so we'll have to keep an eye on both drivers as well there. Smitty looking to try to jump Toby the Tiger and make it a 1-2 McLaren lockout right now, while Jay Leakey is looking... He's had relatively okay form of late, with below average, looking to try to get a little bit higher than his result shows. He is currently 10th in the standings right now with 4 points, looking to try to get a little bit more points and maybe try to catch Kyle or Smitty in the standings. And a good finish here today would do that. But Kiki about to start his lap here. Kiki did invalidate. Remember, if we did watch the flyboard, he did invalidate through the last 2 corners at hairpin along with the wall champions. That's where he did invalidate. So we'll see. But other than that, he did keep it clean. So we'll see in the sector 1 times it is purple, but they always take it with a grain of salt in this game, because when it says it's a purple sector, sometimes it's not, because this game just likes to throw that out there just for the fun of it. But anyway, we'll go through the, again, fast draft, less right complex 8-9 here. Going to go down to the hairpin here. Looks like times are still good. We'll see where it is. Again, it is still saying purple, so I think this lap may be closer to purple than we think. So it could be a pull run here. So Maddie, watch out. So here comes Kiki coming down the long straight. If he can keep it clean for the wall champions and that complex right there, he should have a good run here. But we'll have to wait and see on that front. So anyway, here he comes down the long straight, having DRS open. We'll see if he goes through Yellow Flag Sector 1. That looks like it's one of the Mercedes is a little bit slow. Looks like he probably let someone by. Kiki kept it clean. So Kiki with the first driver to put a time down here. He will jump up to P3 with a 1:10.585. Next up is, I think that's Collins behind him. He is also on a flyer as well. So we'll see here what he puts down. Collins is going to slide into a P5 with a 1:10.995. Next up is Reds. I think Reds is going to start an outlap though, so Reds is not going to have a timer. Smitty and Maddie are next. Maddie is giving Smitty a little bit of a tow. Now he's going to get out of the way from his team McLaren teammate. Can Smitty jump up here? Can he get the monkey off his back after last week and possibly put himself in a winning position, or at the very least a top 3 position? Here comes Smitty going through the hairpin and almost kisses the wall champions there. Here he comes with 9 minutes to go to the session. We got a sector 1. That's Kiki slowing down. Smitty will jump up the P2 with a 1:10.318, bumping Collins down to 3. Next up is going to be, I think that is going to be, it was Jay Leakey. Then we got both Aston Martins coming next with, I think that was 11, and then we got, trying to find it here, Kenobi. Kenobi's on the run here, so Kenobi's going to jump up, and he's now going to be on pole position with a 1:09.858. So Kenobi puts a very banker time on the board, and he will now be P1. Next up is the Mercedes of Scandi, looking to jump him instead. He will be not any higher. I think he may have invalidated, or when actually did not invalidate because time counted, so he looks like he was just a little bit slow. Leslie started a flyer as well. So we got Reds on a time board here. His time is going to count. Can Reds jump higher up the grid? He's currently P7, going to go all he can in the wall. Then that section almost hits the wall champions. It's going to be a run down the line here. It's looking good. It's going to be a 1:10.083. That is an improvement enough to put him up P2. So he bumps both McLarens down. Next up, you got Maddie. He's also on a flyer as well. I think Smitty's on a cooldown lap. So Maddie's going to be the first one on this train to put down a time. Kiki just behind him. And then, if I'm not mistaken, it's Jay Leakey. So here comes Maddie. Maddie going to come to the last quarter. I think he just validated, clipped the wall champions. It's not iRacing where any contact will invalidate you, but I think he did cut the corner. That would have been a 1:09.831 if it stood. So definitely would have been a good lap there. I think next up is Jay Leakey. It is, and he's going to be at a 1:12.470. No improvement. Leslie the Twig's just up the road. I think that's not Assassin Bot. Gonna try to find it. A lot of blue cars kind of blend in after a while. I think that's Kenobi coming to pit lane. So Leslie the Twig is on a flyer right now. He's the only driver currently going on the track here, along with Scandi. So Scandi's actually first. We'll see what Scandi puts down. It's going to be improvement. It's going to be a 1:10.783. Put him up to P7. Now here comes Leslie the Twig. It's going to be a P2 run with a 1:10.085, just 2 tenths behind Reds. So Leslie, great run there, will be P3. As you can see, Maddie just taking very creative limits with the track. But that probably signifies, yep, Toby the Tiger has gone out there on a set of softs. So keep an eye on Toby the Tiger here. He's got some very shocking pace. So it's going to be something that's worth noting. Yellow flag, sector 1, that's just going to be a slow car. I'm assuming that is Leslie the Twig. But we'll have to, he's just slowing down to cool down in his lap. So we'll keep an eye on Toby the Tiger, just see if anyone else is on a run. Jay Leakey is, and Exelic is, but I'm assuming both will take the hard right in the pit lane here, not to kill their tires. Does Toby the Tiger have an answer for Kenobi, Reds? And it looks like, yep, Toby Tiger's already invalidated the first corner here, so he's going to slow down and try to get regrip, so we'll have to cut back on that later to see how he's doing. 11 is now coming out. Let's do another run here with, I think, about 6 minutes to go here. It's all still to play for, and a lot of time can be gained. Exelic wanted a slow down lap here. That is probably done for Exelic. She'll be pulling in the pit lane at the end of this time by. Toby the Tiger's cooling down. Leslie's on a cool down lap. Maddie's also on a cool down lap as well. So, first driver to cross the line that's going to be on a competitive lap will be still the Red Bull driver, Toby the Tiger. Then after that, we have Collins and 11 both on out laps with 6 minutes to go. And if we remember the tire strats, this is probably their third set of soft tires. So they probably don't want to use too many, so I don't think this could be the last run. I think they're giving 4 if I'm not mistaken. But you may want to save one for the race. So if Collins 11 burn the tires here, this may be, they're going to have some scuff reds or some scuff softs for their final run. But anyway, Toby the Tiger about to start his second go around here. After invalidating the first lap, we'll see if the pressure of trying to push up to the grid here won't hurt him too much. So we'll see if Toby the Tiger can keep it clean. So good so far for the first complex here. He validated right up here where, again, I said it's very easy to validate. As I was sleeping, I thought Maddie was on cooldown lap as Toby Tiger validates again. Maddie goes with a 109.602, bumps Kenobi down. So I thought Maddie on his 3-lap-old softs is honestly going to pull in the pit lane. And he probably has kind of shot himself with the foot in the race. But he's got that dopamine high for getting a pole position right now at the very least. So 109.6 time to beat. He's probably going to come in and try for one more lap, but that is already a hard time to beat. And with some old rubber on that, that may put him more susceptible to differing strategies. But anyway, Collins is on a run here, so Collins is going to be pushing her. But also, it is worth noting the softs go that long. It may be worth noting, but soft fall is hard around here, so it could be worth noting. But anyway, Collins is currently on a flyer. He's going to be near Sector 2 here. 11 just behind him. So keep an eye on here. The Sector 2 activation point should be here, so we'll keep where his times are. He would be currently waiting for it. 4 attempts up on his time. So if he slots in, he'd probably be around P7, P6. So he'd be right around his teammate. And with that 5-place grid penalty he'll get, he'd be about P11. So he'd be, right now, with the penalty surge, if he holds where his time currently is, he'd fall down to P11. We'll see if the time holds. You can see Maddie going a little bit slow on the side, letting him go right on by. So we'll see here going to the last corner. This looks like Collins is going to take it. Hope he does not cut the corner out. He just invalidated. Got too much on the inside of 14, and he'll have to go around again. 11 up next, though. Can 11 do the same thing? Did the same thing? Yes. I think she validated earlier on her lap. Regardless, that is an invalidation as well. So we'll see here if anyone else is worth noting right now. Looks like a couple of on outlaps. Looks like Kenobi has gotten the memo and is ready to go chase down Maddie and see if he can put a pole run down. Other than that, we got Smitty as well, going to start an outlap as well. Exelic, Collins, 11, and Jay Leakey. Jay Leakey's on a run as well, so we'll keep an eye on Jay Leakey. He's through Sector 1. Actually, we'll cut to Collins here. Nah, Collins doesn't validate, so never mind. We'll keep an eye on 11 and Jay Leakey because they're the farthest up the grid currently on runs. Kenobi just started his lap, so we'll cut back. Jay Leakey's 3 attempts up in his times right now. It's not much of an improvement, but as he gets rubbered into the track, he may find some more pace and more grip on this circuit. Sometimes it is a race worth of nutrition just to finish. If he can avoid the corner cutting, he could easily get up the grid. Just behind him, oh, actually 11's actually farther up. My mistake. So actually 11 is slightly down in her times, but if she can find some time in the third sector, she could jump. So right now we got Jay Leakey, and we got 11 will cross the line first. Jay Leakey with 3 minutes to go. If you want to go for one more run, you're going to want to take the hard left in the pit lane probably this time by if you want 2 attempts, and that looks like what 11's doing. So Jay Leakey's going to be next up, next man up, you could say. Will Jay Leakey let this time stand? And now Collins actually retired, and it looks like he's actually retired from the pit lane per se. No crash. So Collins decided to call it a day, and Jay Leakey will move on. So Collins will start last on the circuit. We got Kenobi up next. I think he's on fly up. He's coming through the last couple corners here. So we'll see what Kenobi's time is. It looks good. So we'll see here if Kenobi can put down a competitive time. It's going to be up there. It's going to be a 109.653. It's enough to jump higher up in the P2, but not enough. CP Red's just behind him. He'll start an outlap. So we'll see if Reds can improve. But Kenobi put it all on the line and just couldn't catch Maddie. But he will have the tire advantage. But now you can see a little bit of a spin there. It looks like Scanny has lost it somewhere on his lap here. It looks like he's faced the wrong way. That lap is competitive. So That was an outlap, and he's made a slight mistake. Not 100% if he collided with someone, but it looks like there may be a little bit of a logjam here. Kiki is going a bit slow as well. Wonder if he does have some damage here. Got a lot to cover. His car looks clean, so maybe Scanny just lost on his own accord. But anyway, Toby the Tiger's lap has validated again, so he's not looking to improve any higher right now. Reds is on a flyer, so we'll see. Reds is currently down his time, so maybe that little log neck jam cost him some time. Maddie's on a competitive fly. Kenobi's on a competitive time. Smitty's also on a lap as well, but Smitty looks like he's 7 tenths down, so his run may be done. And with 1 minute 40 to go, if you're not in the pit lane right now, this lap is what's going to count. So if you've left, this is it. No more time to really improve. Yellow flag sector 2, you see Kiki going a bit slow. So we're going to go through here. Assassinbot. He's first driver to cross the line here in his Alpine. He's on a competitive lap. Can he jump up any higher than P13? He can improve, but not going to be enough to go any higher. Kenobi's going to be calling it, and that should be session done for the British driver indeed. Next up, you got Reds, I believe, is a P4. He has, and he will improve, but not enough to jump any higher, so he may go for a second go-around here. We saw what's worth noting. Anyway, Matt... Trying to cover all my my ducks here, you could say. We got Maddie, who's currently in Sector 2, and he's on a flyer, so we'll keep an eye on Maddie. Kenobi, I think Lesty is behind him. Let me just make sure that's Toby the Tiger crossing the line. Yes, he is. So Toby's about to start a flyer. Lesty's in Sector 1. So Maddie, our current pole sitter here, looking to improve. And right now, he's currently down in his times, which is something he probably regrets, because currently, if we take a look at his best tire, it's 3 laps old. So it is worth noting. But remember, also, if Toby Tiger doesn't improve on his times, he'll be starting on a set of mediums. And now he's retired, so he will be starting on a set of mediums. He's just been struggling to put down a lap on softs, though, so it may be worth noting. But here comes Maddie, going for the last corner. They're going to try to get his all he can. He clips the wall of champions. The succubus, the siren song, has claimed Maddie, and that will be no improvation from him. Leslie the Twig up next. Next man up. Can he improve with 16 seconds to go? This is a put up or shut up lap. Can he jump any higher than P5? He's relatively close. Can he break into the 109s? We'll see here, and it looks like he's going to go through the world champions here. Almost relatively clean line here. It's going to be a long rundown. I don't think it's going to be improving. It is not. It's going to be a 111, so no improvement for Lesty. Reds is invalidated. Last driver's up for Scanny. Here comes Scanny. He's 2 jumps down this time, looking to possibly jump Exelic. We'll see if he can jump any higher. He will jump to P6, and it'll bump Toby the Tiger down a spot. And that is it for qualifying. Because Maddie is invalidated, Reds is invalidated, and 11 is invalidated. So that is that for qualifying, other than the formalities. So Maddie is going to be your pole position runner here. He'll have pole, but you got to remember, he is on 3-lap softs. Kenobi's next, Smitty 3rd, Reds 4th, Lesty 5th, Scanny 6th, Toby the Tiger in 7th on a set of mediums, Kiki 8th, Exelic 9th, and 11 will be 10th because of Collins' time penalty, with Jay Leaky, Assassinbot, and I think 11 getting free choice tires because 11 technically is outside. So 11 Leaky and Assassinbot will get choice of free choice tires, Collins will be stuck in a set of softs, and everyone else will be, as Exelic will also be on 4-lap old softs to start the race. So she and Maddie kind of shot themselves in the foot qualifying, you could say, a little bit. So yeah, that is qualifying done, as we now just, again, wait for the formalities to finish. Checking the chat real fast. Evening, Lesty as well. And we see Kermit rooting for Collins to have a good finish here today. So good to see support groups come out and root for their favorite drivers. It is going to be a very competitive field here today with the top 6 all under a relatively blanket, where I could say even the top 7, even Kiki, I'd say. Actually, anyone, I could say top 8 look really strong here today, and anyone in that top 8 can really bring the thunder and win this race. And I don't want to sleep on 9 down, but even 9 down, if it's chaotic, you can see a situation where Exelic's able to kind of ride the wave like last week and get a good finish, per se. So if you could ride the wave, and if there's a lot of chaos, maybe if you're 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, or 13th, where you may not have that qualifying pace, you may find some good pace in the race going off strategy. So here we go. We got 13 drivers here today. Qualifying, Maddie first, Kenobi second. I just ran over. Here's the times one more time for the viewer at home. You can see the spots here right now. I'm going to go get a quick water, and I will be back right before the race starts. So give me 1 second. And I am back, just ready to go. As you saw the end of qualifying there. Again, there could be a chance of rain. I don't know. I'm not a weatherman. I don't get told these things. So we'll see if the rain could be coming. And nope, it looks like it's going to be a very dry session here. So unless there's a random cloud in the sky somewhere, this will be another dry race. So sadly, the god of chaos will not get his rain for one more day. But anyway, as we do wait on here, we got 23 seconds to go before the session starts. If you're in your chat, if you're in your chat right now, show some predictions. So who you think will be getting top 3 right now? As we do wait, I'll probably throw out a quick top 3 prediction as well. Honestly, I'm gonna say Smitty wins this race. I'm gonna go with a wild card here. I'm gonna go with one McLaren's winning this race because I think after last week, I think Smitty's gonna find his way to the top step of the podium. Then we'll go. Then we'll go Red second. And then we'll go Lesty third. That will be my prediction. Smitty, Reds, Lesty. And I've probably horribly jinxed those 3, but hey, if you didn't get predicted, maybe you actually didn't get the jinx. So maybe you're actually hoping I don't pick you. But anyway, 35 laps here around Canada here today. Quick check of the tires. Take a quick sip there. Quick check of the tires here. Looks like everyone will be starting on stops even outside the top 10. The only driver will be a set of mediums will be Toby the Tiger, who qualified in his mediums. Remember, Maddie and Exelic are on 3-lap and 4-lap old tires respectively. Everyone else is on either a range of 1 lap or 2 laps. So it looks like the top 3 do not want to try to go off camber. Maybe try a set of mediums here, thinking the softs will be probably thinking go soft, medium, soft, or some variation as well. Because the 1 stop is possible, but not the most ideal strategy around here. So after that, I will quickly, I guess, we'll also quickly plug the racing channel as well. We got Kermit actually picking Collins P1. But we'll do a quick little plug here. If you like what you see, why not like and subscribe to League Racing TV? I know you know how YouTube works if you're watching this, but have to do it anyway because why not? Gets me some food in my rations bowl. But if you like to see, there's also tons of other leagues, including CWC, BNP, the main TTML, and the TTML Sim League, all throughout the different days, Mondays through Sundays. So find a league you like, watch it, and who knows, maybe one day you can get on the grid as well, because some of these leagues are always looking for drivers. But yeah, you can also follow the page as well at League Racing TV, and you can also follow me at PepsiFreak212, because I'm always looking for followers. But anyway, that's enough for the plugging. Let's get ready for the race here. I've already done my predictions. We already done our major details to report as we just now wait for them to finish up here. 35 laps around Canada. It's going to be a fun one. And it's going to be very interesting. Hopefully they can avoid the wall champions, the siren call of the wall champions, and hopefully the corner cutting can be kept to a minimum, and hopefully we can get a lot of finishers here today. So yeah, here we go. 35 laps. Running out of things to say, running out of kind of things to say. So here we go. We got Maddie lining up pole position here with Kenobi second, Smitty third, Reds fourth, Leslie top 5. Last driver has lined in. So here we go. Already timing scoring got screwed up. I think it's all fixed now. Yep, we got the 5. Red lights. Let me turn that off real fast. And long hold. Away we go. It's going to be a it's going to be a short run to turn 1 here. It looks like Maddie got a little bit bogged down here, but he's going to get a better start than Kenobi. Kenobi got really bogged down here. Lesty going to jump in the P2. So Lesty already showing some strong performance after missing last week. Already up the P2. Kenobi got horribly bogged down. We got Reds and Smitty side by side. You got Toby the Tiger just trying to pass Reds here on the inside. Can he make it work? We got 2 wide battle back here, and it looks like it's going to be Reds. It's going to Toby the Tiger's have to clip the grass a little bit similar to Vettel and have to let Scanny. It was actually Scanny that got on by. So Scanny's able to pass Toby the Tiger, and it looks like Reds locks up a little bit there, doesn't run in the back. We do have the Alpha Sector 1, Sector 2, and that is going to be 11 who has crashed, as you can just see in the back of there, and that will be a virtual safety car. So let's take a second here, get out of Auctioneer, boys, and quickly recap what happened. 11 looks like has hit the wall there. I don't know if she collided with anybody. Quick check of the incident report will tell us. Looks like she collided with Collins, so looks like something may have happened there, maybe a slight lockup. But anyway, back to the race here. Virtual safety car. Maddie holds the lead. Lesty got a great start there. Kenobi not so much, but Kenobi at least hold on the P3. Smitty 4th, Reds 5th. Scanny's able to get around Toby the Tiger, and Exelic 8th. So relatively interesting start, you could say here. Per se, still long safety car here. We're going to have Maddie going first again, and looks like Scanny going to get a drive for speeding, so that's a big naughty. And oh, there goes Kyle Reds! Reds has lost it on the wall. Oh my, okay. Reds wall champions just cleaned a lot of people there. And we got Reds who lost it, Scanny who also lost it, and a third car also spun. I don't remember who it was. And there goes the other Mercedes of Scanny. He's lost it again. He's got damage. There's the AWS predictions. So Scanny back end kicked out, Reds back kicked out, and it looks like Leaky, if I'm not mistaken, also had some mistakes there. So Wall Champions, that last two contests, I remember saying in the Discord somewhere that it was going to be chaotic, and it was. And there you go. Is now Reds has crashed, no Verge safety car, anything. Back up to the battle for the lead here. We got Leslie on the back of Maddie. No safety car triggered from that, which is kind of odd coming out of VSC. But just cold tires can caught out. I remember from League Racing back in 2020 that it can happen. You just, that Wall Champion section after a safety car can catch a lot of drivers out on cold tires, and that's what just happened. And now Scanny's retired, so it's gone from bad to worse for Mercedes drivers. Scanny, who's P2 in the points, is going to get no points here today. Along with Reds. Reds just can't get that monkey off his back. Great driver, very nice personality, was strong last season, but just can't find that break. He is just struggling, and both Mercedes drivers are going to be taking the long walk to the paddock. And you do feel for them a little bit. Now Leslie sets the fast lap of the race. Just I don't know if it was a setup issue or if just cold tires or whatever, but now Saspot's coming in. A bit early for a stop. We'll see if he's got damage or not. Yeah, he does have damage, so he'll be pitting to get a new front wing and a change of toys. He'll be going for a set of hards. Definitely will not be able to go to the end, but he'll now be P10. So really right now, other than that, we do got, to make sure my gap is on interval. It is. So Kenobi is just about a second back. So we got Leslie just on the back of Maddie. Remember, Maddie's got 3-lap older softs, so he could be under pressure from getting jumped. Kenobi next, about a second behind. Smitty 1.3 behind that. Toby Tiger 1.5. But Toby Tiger is on a set of mediums, but something worth noting is, remember, if we remember during qualifying, Toby Tiger cut a lot of times because he was having problems keeping it on the track. So he may be racking up pedals at a higher rate. But at the same time, we don't know. Some drivers are better at keeping between the lines than others. Excellic 3 back of that. Collins that. Kiki that, and so on and so forth back, because right now we could have a possible opportunity for a pass here, because we do have DRS activated this time by. Telemetry states that Leslie's about 40 DRS, while Maddie has about double that. So that McLaren will be a little bit faster in a straight line. Kenobi's just behind them at 68, so we'll see if anything is possible. So here goes Kenobi with the fast lap of the race, now with a 1:12.856, so he's really setting himself on putting on competitive laps here. Smitty has lost well over 2 seconds behind, so it looks like it's a top 3 breakaway here at the top 3. So you got Maddie, Leslie, and Kenobi 1, 2, 3 respectively. Oh, you can see Kenobi getting a little squirrely there. Again, very easy to get the car squirrely and make slight mistakes, but tell me what you're off for right now. So we're on lap 4 here. Maddie, Leslie, and Kenobi. Nothing else really important in the back here. This is our major battle we have, so we're going to keep an eye on this. We'll see if Leslie can set up an opportunity to make a pass here and make something happen. Because right now, again, you have to be probably within about 4/10 to make a pass happen here, I'd assume. Looks like Leslie gets a better exit there, but not enough to really make a lunge here, I'd assume. So we'll see if it's going to be enough, but let's see. 5 attempts, 4 attempts, 4. Yeah, you got to be within 3, maybe 4 attempts to make a pass. Like, got to be in the low 4s to have a chance of making a pass. Definitely at 3 ranges. It looks like Maddie got a little off the line there. Hopefully he did not clip the wall there. Doesn't look like he's got any damage, though. And again, maybe it could be a setup thing as well, because some drivers have, because Canada's a little bit of a different circuit here, where some drivers set their cars up to go through the corner sections of Sector 1 and Sector 2, while other drivers set their cars up for straight line speed. So it could be a situation where it looks like Leslie gets some of his time during the tight, twisty sections, while Maddie gets a little bit more of his time through the long straights. So it could be a situation where Leslie's car is set up a little bit more for the corners, while Maddie's a little bit more for straights, but also could be something to do with dirty airs. There you can see Kenobi getting a little squirrely as well, trying to find all that time he can, and Assassinbot will get the first naughty warning. Well, second, because Scan Detective got for speeding. But Assassinbot gets the first corner cutting penalty here today, the first, I assume, of many for many drivers. Hopefully I am wrong on that front. But anyway, Leslie again, about the same interval here, so unless he gets a really good exit, I doubt there'll be a pass here, but it looks a lot closer than he was. Went very deep into that braking point here, so it looks like a pass could happen here. Can the Williams driver make a move on Maddie going into before 13-14 here? It looks like he's going to get close here. He's going to think about it, but he's going to think better of it here, knowing it's only lap 5. Doesn't want to force something there and possibly send both off the way and put their championship hopes in ruins. But they don't get a move on here quickly, because right now, It looks like actually Azari as Lesty makes a pass on the outside there, was looking off to check the intervals there. Lesty used the DRS, got a good exit out of 13-14, and Maddie's still going to be there, and the spot's going to go to Lesty. So Lesty makes the pass for the lead, using that tire advantage to his advantage. Maddie down to second, Kenobi down to third. What I was going to say is we had possibly, wait, I'll hold that thought because Kenobi could make a lunge here. Well, he decided, no, he will not. He'll tuck back in line. But what I was going to say here is Maddie was kind of being a little bit of a choo-choo train, and he was allowing Smitty and Toby the Tiger to catch back up. But now with Lesty getting out ahead and being a little over a second clear, Lesty now sets the pace, and Lesty could pull away and use Maddie as the choo-choo train, and Lesty may have just helped himself out dearly. And Kenobi and Smitty and Toby are going to have to make quick passes. Now Toby going to try to make a move around the outside of Smitty going into the section there, and it looks like Toby's going to make the pass successfully work. So put Toby up a place, put Toby fourth, Smitty fifth, and Collins has just passed Exelic for sixth. Back to the battle here on the long straight here. Looks like, again, Maddie's got that straight line speed, but remember, he's on like 9 lap old softs, while Kenobi, Smitty, and Lesty are at about 7 lap old softs. And we take qualifying into consideration. So we'll see here if Kenobi can set something up here. Going to have a good run. Will he try something similar? What happened to Lesty? Toby sets the fast lap of the race. And Toby's definitely here, so if Kenobi does not make the pass, as you'll see here, Toby the Tiger will be next man up, and he will make the pass successfully on Kenobi. So Kenobi didn't do it. Well, here comes Toby. He's going to force the hand and going to try to make a pass. And now, as we ride him here with Kenobi, you can see Toby just up the road here, changing basically everything but the oil on Maddie, and just trying to find a way around. And he's basically right there, going to get a good launch off here, going to go down the long straight, going to have DRS, and it should be a quick pass. And yes, it is. Toby the Tiger now up the P2. So Toby, we know he has great pace, and it's been shown right here, able to get around Maddie as well. And now Kenobi has to force it kind of aggressively here, or else they'll drive away. As we do see, I think that is TTG. Yep, he has lost it just before Sector 2 there. I don't want to cut away from this battle, but I don't think he's got damage. Yeah, okay, he probably has some damage. All right, quick cut here just to check. Yes, he does have a little bit of damage. Actually, I don't think he's got any. He just lost on his own accord. Back to the battle here for 3 and 4. Kenobi kind of sensing the pressure, has to make a pass quickly here. Going to possibly think about doing it 13-14. Thinks better of it. But anyway, there goes the McLaren of Maddie, and he's going to be coming in the pit lane, and he just sped. That is the mistake. Luckily, he'll be able to serve that because it's going to be another pit stop. However, that is just not what you want to see from Maddie, and Maddie has sped in the pit lane. That's going to be 5 added to his name, so next pit stop, he's going to be held for at least 5 seconds. Collins has passed Maddie as well, but that makes sense. He's just pitted. So Maddie's pitted this time by, and assuming Exelic will be taking the long run soon in the pit lane as well. But anyway, Toby the Tiger now sets his sights up on Lesty, as it looks like Kiki has lost it again. Yes, he has. Looks like he's got no damage again, just lost the back end. We'll get it refired, but not what you want to see from the AlphaTauri driver here today. Just struggling with the conditions on this track, and if he's not careful, J-League Assassin will catch. But Toby the Tiger has made great runs on those mediums here, and has already reeled in Lesty the Twig, and this should be a quick pass here relatively quickly. Toby is putting down great times, using that medium tire advantage to his advantage. And actually, probably counting his lucky stars that he probably didn't put out time in the set of softs, even though he'd probably be fast. The mediums, he seems very glued on the mediums. And here he goes, going to take it around the outside. Can he get the pass done between 13 and 14? Yes, he can. So no real threat of going side by side into the wall of champions. And there goes Lesty the Twig, sensing maybe it's time to pit. He, Kenobi, and Smitty will all take the hard left in the pit lane. And none of them speed. And now Toby Tiger sets a fast lap of the race. He was flying. Assuming that, we'll see a bunch of drivers maybe taking the pit lane as well. Collins is not going to be coming in. Maddie already pitted, so we'll see if Maddie can jump these drivers. Will the overcut be potent? We'll see. It looks like Lesty's is already letting them leave the pit lane, and it's going to be enough. Keep it on the left of your screen. Yeah, they are going to come out. Maddie's going to come out well ahead of Kenobi, Lesty, and Smitty. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Lesty may have got some damage because Lesty was held for a little bit longer than he should. Let me just take a quick check here on the director, just check the pit stops. Yep, he did replace his front wing, so he did get some damage somewhere on the track. Maybe hit a wall somewhere, but that's what cost himself some time. Kenobi and Smitty were able not to change the wings, so it looks like he may have pushed a little bit too hard somewhere and got some damage. Maybe ran in the back of someone. I didn't see that happen, but I think he may have clipped the wall. So it just shows the true nature of this circuit, and Maddie's will come out well ahead. But Collins has got 17 seconds at Collins, and Collins has got so about 18 seconds up the road is Toby the Tiger. Can Maddie, Kenobi, and Smitty using on their tires make something work here? They're all on mediums, so they're on the same tire compound. However, Toby the Tiger is on 8-lap-old mediums, while Maddie is on 1-lap-old, and Kenobi and Smitty are about to start their first lap this time by, along with Leslie, who's actually on mediums as well. So Leslie kind of shot himself in the foot there, but long race, can easily recover if he's got the pace. Now Maddie gets 3 from multiple warnings as well, so just added some insult to injuries. Now he's up to 8 seconds. He can serve that first 5 in the pit lane, but that other 3 won't be as quickly able to serve. Collins is now decided to take the hard left in the pit lane. He'll be going on a set of softs, because he did start on a set of mediums, and he will be also replacing his front wing as well. So Maddie now sets the tone here. We'll see if he can slowly reel in Toby the Tiger. We know he has some pace, but with 3 already added onto his name, it makes the road to win this race a little bit harder. Kenobi now in second, and, well, third, and Smitty in fourth, all waiting for Toby the Tiger to pit. Really, right now, it's basically kind of a 5-car breakaway, kind of a have and have-nots. We do have a yellow flag sector 3. That is Jay Leakey, a bit slow, but they got the car repointed, so no mistakes there. Maddie is making good inroads on Toby the Tiger right now, so the overcut, I should say, because Toby the Tiger is going for an overcut. May not be the most potent around here, but it's safe to assume another stop will be made. So it looks like, oh, Toby the Tiger going very aggressive in the wall champions there. Finds some more time, though. So it is worth noting. But here comes Kenobi all over the back of Maddie, and he's going to make the pass. And there goes Kenobi all the way up to P2. So Maddie was going a little bit faster, but Kenobi thinks he's a little bit faster leading this train. So just like the packs in Talladega and Daytona, sometimes the lead car, if he's fast enough, can lead the train to success. So now Toby the Tiger gets 3 from multiple warnings as well. So that is a bit of a monkey wrench thrown in his plans as well. And we knew we saw it during qualifying that it can happen. But we know Kenobi's very silky smooth in his driving style. Reminds me of my old days of racing, where cutting is basically not what happens. But it looks like Toby's kind of taking a school, no offense to Leslie, where Leslie pushes to find all the time he can come metaphorical hell or high water. Smitty as well, putting some good times as well. Consistently being there, but maybe not the fastest, but definitely there in the jumbles there if penalties start racking up. Again, everyone's kind of spaced out here, so nothing really to report in the passing, so we're just kind of filling the air with some commentary, per se. Just metaphorically just trying to fill the air here with some certain things, because there's nothing really to commentate, because everyone's kind of spaced out here. So just waiting for a pit stops or waiting for an opportunity to pass here. Maddie's a little bit far behind now. The hometown boy, Assassinbot, gets 3 from multiple warnings as Jay Leak is pitted for a set of mediums on the Williams. With the field being this spaced out, it should probably avoid another safety car, just because, again, accidents can happen, but usually safety cars trigger safety cars, and with the field being spaced out enough, unless they start really getting into scraps, a safety car probably shouldn't come for at least a little bit. Kenobi's now gotten the gap down under 16 seconds on Toby the Tiger. Maddie 5 temps back, Smitty 2 back on Maddie, and Leslie, with that front wing change, is 2 back on Smitty. So, again, gonna have to dig himself out of a hole. So again, as we just wait here, we'll take a quick look at the chats and see if anyone is chatting anything out there. Any viewers, again, if you're current right now, we got some time to kill here as we wait for battles. It looks like Collins has passed Exelic. They're in a battle, so everyone, we'll cut to this battle here between 6th and 7th. We got Collins slowly reeling in Exelic, and we'll see here if Collins can make the move successfully on the Aston Martin driver. They're going to be side by side to that corner there, and it looks like Collins does not want shades of Vettel and Hamilton in last Canadian GP that actually happened, and Collins is going to lose a spot out in Exelic, but Collins definitely will have an answer back here relatively soon, presumably. So anyway, as Collins is going to probably set up a move here down the long straight here. We got Maddie about a second behind Kenobi, and Smitty about 1 behind that, so McLaren looking good to try to extend their constructors lead. We'll see if Collins can use it. We'll check his ERS here in telemetry. We got Collins at 14. Exelic's at 64, but it looks like Collins has got that much more straight line speed, and it looks like Collins is going to make the pass successfully on Exelic. And yes, he will make the pass successfully on her. And we got Collins up to 6th, Exelic down to 7th. And if we take a look at the tires, I just want to make sure what's the strategy. Yeah, Collins not set us off, so he should be a little bit faster, make that pass work quickly, with Exelic being a little bit on older mediums. But Exelic up down to 7th with Collins up to 6th. And without Exelic being a second behind, I don't know if she'll be able to stay on the back of Collins. We'll have to keep a seat and wait on that. Satspot 13 down, Kiki 21 down, Jay Leakey 5 off that. It looks like the leaders are close. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, Kiki and Jay Leakey are 1 lap down. So if safety car were to come out, they should get their lap back with Toby Tiger pitting. But definitely hoping that they get their lap back relatively quickly. because they play similar to the IndyCar rules where, actually not the IndyCar rules, sorry, the IndyCar rules are different. They play with the blue flags, and you don't get your lap back. We do have the Sector 1 and Sector 3, and that is Collins retiring from the race. He has lost the back end in a situation. That will be a safety car. So I guess I just spoke the safety car in the life, as I was just saying, oh yeah, the safety car rules. And with Collins losing the back end, actually a sad spot's about to pass. We'll see what happened. Yeah, it was right around here. So it looks like he just lost it going into 14, sorry. 8, 9, probably tried to get a little bit too much off that corner, and just the back end kicked out, hit the wall probably backwards, and that was that. So this safety car has really helped out Toby the Tiger. It's actually helped out two drivers, Toby the Tiger and Maddie. Maddie can pit to get that 5-second penalty wiped without minimal damage. Toby the Tiger can pit on the safety car and maintain his lead, so presumably. So it's all good for both drivers unless Toby's got some damage. So it's safe to assume that Toby Tiger, kind of like the cat that got the canary, or the cat with the cream, should be favorable here when pitting. So we'll have to wait and see, though, as we'll see. He's definitely going to take the right in the pit lane here. We'll see what tires he decides to go on here. He's going to have to, he's going to go on the, if he goes on a set of hards, he'll make it to the end, but he'll be a little bit slow. If he goes on a set of softs, he will have to be pit one more time. It looks like he's going on a set of hards, so he's going to try to go to the end here on one more stop. So Toby Tiger is not going to come back in. We'll see if Kenobi decides to follow in. No, he will not. No, yes, he will, actually. Knowing that he may not be able to take the lead, he and Maddie will be coming in. Maddie will be able to serve his 3 here. Smitty, though, going to stay out, and he will not inherit the lead. So Toby the Tiger will be P1 on circuit still. Smitty will be second. Lesty coming in as well to get off camber as well. It looks like, yep, Kenobi's also put on a set of hards. Smitty serving the, Maddie serving the 5-second time pedal. It was going on a set of softs, so he'll be pitting again. Lesty going on a set of mediums. So different strategies here. And Smitty staying out. So very different strategies. Exelic going to stay out on a set of mediums. A sad spot, we'll see what he does in a second when eventually he gets around the circuit. Kiki as well and Jay Leakey as well. We'll all wait and see what they do when they get around here. And then we'll do a quick little field neutralizer. So we'll see here. A sad spot going to stay out on his hards. Kiki, let me just check his tires here. Those are stops. I want tires. He's on 5-lap old mediums. Actually, sad spot's on 12-lap old hards. He probably should have took the hard left in the pit lane, maybe try something else. But we'll have to wait and see on that strategy booklet. We got Kiki, 5-lap old mediums. Definitely have to pit again. Maybe decides to take the fly in the pit lane here. No, he will not. He'll stay out. And now all we have to wait is for Jay Leakey here again. Could probably try to get to the end on a set of hards. Will decide to take the risk. No, he will not as well. So they may pit next time by. We'll have to wait and see. May want to try to get caught up to the field. But right now, they are staying out for at least one more lap. So let's go back for the field here and check who's on what. So we got Toby the Tiger, who's on a set of hards. He just pitted, was in the lead, was able to keep the lead, and he'll be P1 on a set of hards. Smitty is on 6-lap old and probably going to try to stretch at the end, considering that the mediums can go, the hards have gone 12 laps for Assassinbot, and considering that 12 laps would be about 27, he's going to be asking, as now we actually see Smitty coming in, so Smitty, I guess, didn't want double stack? But with the safety car, he definitely would have been, maybe with the 5 seconds, didn't want a double stack. We'll see what tire he decides to put on here. It looks like the White Wolf, so he'll be going a set of hards as well. So back to the assumption. We're on lap 16. We'll probably be able to go maybe this time by. As you can now actually see the new Aston Martin safety car now online. So look at the pretty Aston Martin safety car. Sorry, Cowd Stores Mercedes safety car AMG1. It's been a long ride. But now we finally get to see the new one back in multiplayer. So good to see. But anyway, Assassinbot has actually, I think, stayed out. Just going to come up just behind them. We'll see if Kiki comes in. No, he's not. And I'm going to assume Jay Leakey is in as well. So as long as they don't come in, we'll be going back to green this time by on lap 17. We will have 19 to go. And Assassinbot is on 13-lap old hards. I see a particle wing, and I think that may have been Toby the Tiger that just hit the wall. Yes, he did. He hit the wall in a safety car, and he's got no front wing. So that has gone from bad to worse for the Red Bull driver, and he better hope that safety car isn't coming this time by, because he needs to fix that wing ASAP. And that is a very rookie-ish mistake. I don't know 100% what happened. He looks like he just lost it and clipped the wall. Now he's got completely no front wing, and Kenobi has all his front wings, so he didn't collide with anyone. So, bit odd. So right now, that's a spanner in the works. Let me continue my thought real fast as we wait for Toby Tiger. Possibly, yeah, we're not coming in this time by because they're a little bit too far back. So he'll have time to pit, get that fixed, but he's going to go to the tail end of going all the way back to P9 and have to work his way through the field. and have to put probably, there's no more sets of hard, so he's going to have to try to jump on something else. So we'll see here what he does. He can't stay out on that wing. He will be a dead man walking. Yet he's taking the hard in the pit lane here. We'll see what he does. And he speeds that insult to injury. That is just, it's gone from bad to worse for Toby the Tiger. And he was looking good, like the cat that got the cream, and now he's like the dog out in the rain. And he's going to go on a set of soft, so he's not going to be able to go to the end. He'll have to pit again and have to serve that 5-second time penalty. So it's all gone wrong for Toby the Tiger. Anyway, back to my point. St. Toby coming in, so 18. So we'll have 18 laps to go in this race, if my math is correct. The hards will then have to go about 20 laps. The hards will go pretty soft, so it's safe to assume that since Assassinbot's gone 14, 12 in competition, they probably safe to go about 16, 17. It's safe to assume that the hards will make the end. How strong they will be is up in the air, but the hards probably can make it to the end. They won't be the freshest. They may be near pop range, and he could be susceptible to someone doing another stop. But at the very least, Kenobi can make it to the end along with Smitty. However, Maddie is going to have to pit again for sure on those softs. He's going to go probably softs to the end if he's got an extra set of softs, or soft mediums. Leslie is probably going to have to pit again, knowing the mediums can go maybe 10, 15 laps. It's not going to be enough. He'll have to pit again, but he's going to go medium softs. Exelic, as St. turns up a quick finish point, Exelic's going to have to pit again, going to probably go on a set of mediums again to finish it off. Smitty going to the end, Assassinbot going to have to pit again, Jay Leaky going to have to pit again, and Kiki both going to have to pit again, probably go for softs, and Toby Tiger going to have to pit again, probably for one more set of softs as he has it. But anyway, that is a quick wrap-up done. Right aboard here with Leslie Twig. Kenobi leads the pack, unlike in last week's where Kenobi was not leading the pack, and he kind of got royally shafted, you could say. Now he does lead the pack, so now he can kind of lead it and decide when to go and kind of cause some ham. And we know that under safety condition, he's going to go very quickly here, so he's not even going to wait. He's going right for the hairpin. Someone have backed up in the hairpin, but I guess him being a bit nice, he's going to go right all way. And it looks like everyone's got through the wall of the 13-14 complex with the wall champions at hairpin all cleanly. No mistakes, no spins. Somewhere happened to Reds and Scanny, so we're all good to go. And it looks like Maddie got just a good start too. And top three all under a blanket. Xelic in fourth, Smitty in fifth. So we'll see here. It looks like they're possibly going to pass here. It looks like Maddie going to try to use those fresh softs to his advantage. Because remember, Kenobi's going to be a sitting duck on those hards. But going to the end is his ideal strategy. Leslie going to have a little bit more longer life than Maddie. However, also going to be sitting duck. We have like sector 1 that is, I think, going to be Jay Leaky. It is Jay Leaky. So Jay Leaky a little bit slow, but looks like he's relatively fine. Here comes Maddie. Going to try to make a move here. How aggressive will he be to make that lunge? Going to draw around the outside. Can he make it stick? No, he cannot. Going to try to go for the switchback maneuver, but I sense he'll make a move going into the hairpin here. We'll ride on board here with Leslie to see it happen. Maddie definitely going to have the outside line here, and I'm assuming he's going to be able to outbrake Kenobi. Yes, he is. Maddie up to P1, so put the McLaren driver up P1. But remember, Maddie also does have a 3-second time penalty. Now, Toby the Tiger's already made his way up back up to 7th. So keep an eye on Toby the Tiger as well. He'll be flying as well. But remember, Maddie, Assassinbot, and Toby Tiger have 3 for multiple warnings. So right now, Kenobi still leads his race with Leslie in second and Xelic on the last step of the podium in third with no penalties. We got Kiki and Toby the Tiger. It looks like Toby the Tiger coming in again. So only went out for 1 lap here. Makes me wonder what exactly happened. Maybe trying to see. He's going to have to serve that penalty, and he's going to have to put on fresh tires. So I don't know what's going on with Toby the Tiger. Going to have to serve 5, and maybe going to go on a set of hards to go to the end. So he's banking that he can be competitive on those hards and serve. Actually, he's going on a set of mediums. My mistake. He's going to try to go aggressive on those mediums and make something happen. Bit odd he decided to come in this early, but difference in trying not to use those softs to be fresh, because they did say they were fresh, at least on my screen. So, bit odd indeed. But anyway, Kenobi got toe back from Leslie here. Leslie going to try something on the inside, possibly. No, he will not. He'll definitely try to set up a move something similar to what happened with Maddie and Kenobi. Going to use those mediums to his advantage here. Going to use his ERS here. Going to take the toe down the long straight. Kiki gets 3 from multiple warnings. Not going to be able to make a pass, but he's definitely in close proximity to use DRS next time by. But he will not have DRS this time by to make something happen. So he's going to have to use that Williams' power. The ground. There goes Kenobi. He lost the back end. Something similar to what happened to Nigel Mansell in 92, I want to say. 94. With the car stalled, he's lost the back end. He'll get it refired, but that has just gone from bad to worse. Luckily, again, he's on those hards, so if he can get it fired, he could definitely, at the very least, he's not that far behind the leader. Quick check of the leader. He is now 14 back. He's within still a pit stop, but that is really throwing a monkey wrench in the plan. And he's luckily not hit anything either, but that is just horrible luck, you could say. He's been fighting that car for all week, and you could say that he's definitely been struggling. So right now, the driver on the medium strategy that's trying to make it to the end right now is Smitty. And now Zealot hits the wall kind of hard there, taps it hard. I assume she just may have got damage off that wall tap. We'll see here on the camera angle. Looks like it's okay. But yeah, looking how slow she goes, I think she may have got at least some damage. But looks like both end plates are still on. Yellow flag sector 2, that is Kiki who's lost it. So Kiki, eventually to try to get a camera there. Yep, Kiki has lost it again. So Kiki going to get refired, but going to lose spots to Kenobi. And luckily again, Toby Tiger really far back there. No pressure for Toby Tiger. But just again, back to the battle for the lead here. Leslie, about within a second of Maddie, will get DRS. Exelic and Smitty here fighting as well. I'm assuming Smitty's going to make the pass relatively quickly here on Exelic, because I think Exelic may be a little bit wounded, especially on 13-lap-old mediums. Definitely this pass should be quick. Here comes Smitty. Can he make the pass work? He'll go up the inside of Exelic, and he will pass her and put Smitty on the third step of the podium and help McLaren out here. And now Exelic taking the hard low in the pit lane here. Had to pit eventually anyway, but we'll have to fix that wing as well. So we'll see here what she does. Yep, fixing the wing as well, and going to change tires for another set of mediums. So she'll be good to go to the end at the very least. And now Maddie gets another 3 from off the warnings. So right now, if I'm Leslie's engineer, I'm getting in his headpiece right now. I'm telling him, don't cut. Don't play it clean. Right now, Maddie's got 6 seconds worth of time penalty. He's pushing hard to keep ahead of you. If he starts costing you time, try to make a pass, but don't force the issue. Your main competition spun or is right now in 9th. So just play it conservatively, and you may win this race. But that's what I used to be telling Leslie if I was engineer. But back to Smitty here, 7 back. If he can stay out, he needs to stay relatively close, though, because yellow flag sector 2, that's Kiki around again. Not even going to cut to it because it's similar. Now he'll lose spots to Exelic and Toby. But Smitty is right now 7 back. If he can close the gap, a pit stop delta around here is about 18 seconds, give or take. So he'd come out about 7 to 8 seconds ahead. And he needs to get kind of a move on here because he needs to stay close, or he needs Maddie to kind of keep Leslie at bay in order to help Smitty out. But here comes Smitty. Again, we'll check back here. We got Jay Leakey in the back here fighting Kenobi. Kenobi all the way up to 5th already with all the spins. He's about 15 seconds down, so he's also in a delta as well of a pit stop. But the problem is that if they pit, they'll be 2 seconds behind. As that looks like Kiki has lost it again. And now he's retired from the session. On track, bit of a naughty boy. You're supposed to retire in the pit lane when you don't crash, so maybe a little bit of a stewards problem there. He's just been struggling at Canada, though, so I don't kind of blame him for having a bit of an issue here. Next question is, will Sasabot let his teammate go here? Probably going to take the hard left here. Will he decide to not fight him up to you? They're on different strategies. He's on 20-lap-old hards, while Kenobi's only on 7, and he's under pressure from Jay League here. Sasabot may want to be the loyal teammate. He will pull right out of the way here, or maybe just lost the back end, and will let Kenobi go. Good teamwork there between the two of them. Back to the battle for the lead here. Leslie's still on the back of Maddie. Maddie has pulled 8 seconds, actually, on the leader. 7 on that. And it looks like someone has lost the back end. That is Sasabot on 19-lap-old hards. Has lost it going into 8-9 and has got it refired, but that has cost him a lot of time there. And again, Monkey Wrench in his plans, he's not going to be able to finish the race, and he's looking to finish P8 right now, bearing another crash. Maddie currently leads the way. Leslie behind at 7/10. Smitty 8 seconds behind. Kenobi 8 behind that. So a 16-second gap. Maddie's still kind of leading the pace on, still able to keep distance on Leslie on those softs. But those softs are eventually going to fall off here. A good question that would be is if he can go another maybe 2 to 3 laps. If he's got another set of softs, he can go soft. Because he went soft, medium, soft. Could be a strategy if you can make those softs go 2 more laps. If I'm not mistaken, the delta's about 9-10 laps. So it's safe to assume that he could make it work, per se. Exelic just lost spot Toby to Tiger. Toby got around 6th, Exelic down to 7th. Sasspot pitting again for a set of mediums, good to go to the end. Again, Maddie taking those tires out to the woodshed here. Smitty's now 9 down. Smitty has to get a move on here if he wants to win this race. Because assuming that Maddie has to pit again, and Leslie pits again, he needs as much of a delta as possible because both drivers, if they have a set of softs spared, ready to go, they will be on them and you will be a sitting duck. And there goes Maddie. I doubt he'll be going on a set of softs because he thinks 8 laps is enough on a fresh set of softs. We'll see what tire he puts on. Leslie's inherited the lead. He's going on a set of mediums, so he does not think the softs are good to go to the end. So he'll be on a set of mediums to go to the end. Smitty will jump him his teammate, but we'll set the gap here. Kenobi is not going to get the jump done. So if Kenobi was able to keep it from spinning, he would have kept the spot. But, yep, Maddie is going to come out P3. Actually, no, it will be close. We'll see if Maddie gets a good run here on the exit. Yes, he will. So Maddie actually will keep it. and have the fresh tires. So because of that spin, Kenobi kind of shot himself in the foot. But the only positive is now less Toby Tiger gets around Jay Leakey, who's pitted. So Toby Tiger up to P5. Back to the point. Kenobi, on those hards, kind of shot himself in the foot here. Pitting again would be kind of silly because he'll lose a spot to Toby Tiger, so he's kind of made his bed and has to lie in it. However, with Maddie having 3 for multiple warnings, sorry, 6, my mistake, it does keep, as long as Kenobi can keep those tires to the end and stay relatively close, he could still get a spot in the podium. Now Excel gets 3 for multiple warnings to add to her name as well. Back to the battle at the front, Smitty, because we assume Delta was about 18. So yeah, right now, if Leslie pits, I assume he's going to pit, the gap would be about 7 seconds, maybe 6. So the next question is that in 2 laps time, 2 to 3 laps time, does Leslie decide to pit? Because he is pushing time on Smitty, but those tires are starting to fall out, and he needs to have enough time to chase down Smitty. If the gap is too small, too big, Smitty may be able to strategize himself into a victory. But remember, Maddie also is 4 behind Smitty, but has 6 seconds, so the gap is basically 10. So it's metaphorically Leslie, Smitty, and then Maddie 10 back with Kenobi jumping him, Toby Tiger in 5th, with Zelk 6th, Jay Leakey 7th, and Saspot 8th. So again, we got a little bit of a strategy here. If a safety car comes out, monkey wrenches everything, and that probably is what Maddie, Toby, Exelic, and Saspot don't want to see. But Jay Leakey, Kenobi, Smitty, and Leslie want to see. So a little bit different of strategies. Actually, I'm not upset if Smitty wants to see it either, because I don't think he has as much pace as Leslie, so probably put him in the camp that he doesn't want to see it. But anyway, Leslie down the long straight here, just kind of waiting it out here. Kenobi already 2 down. Maddie will keep outboarding Maddie, trying to slowly chase down his teammate here. Has to get 6 clear, whatever the gap is, plus whatever Smitty is. Toby gets 3 for multiple warnings, add another 3 to his name, so he's up to 6. Right now, though, the big naughty boy is Sassenbot, though, at 9. So there is that. We'll take a quick pause here just to check the incident screen here, just to see if Leslie or Kenobi are closed. Do want to just check, because that could also throw something out here. Keep an eye. Leslie's got 1. We'll just quickly check here real fast. Smitty's got 1 as well. I think, yep, they're both on 1 if I'm not mistaken. Yep, they're both currently on 1. I did not see Kenobi's name once. Back to the battle for the actual race here. So, Leslie and Smitty do have 1 more cut to give. Kenobi, I didn't see his name once. Toby Tiger has pitted again, though, to go on a set us off, so I think he may have broke his wing again. So just when it rains, it pours for Toby Tiger. Was looking good, and now it's just had a horrible kind of no good, very bad day, you could say. Was looking good, and now trying to just salvage whatever he can get. And he'll go down to P8 on the grid, and probably may eventually catch a fast spot. Going for the fast lap base, trying to get an extra point for the fast lap. So now Leslie's now opened up the gap to about 11 seconds here. Probably going to go another couple laps here, but definitely probably going to want to pit sooner rather than later, unless he thinks those mediums can make it to the end. It's not against logic that they could go that far, but I just Canada burns tires kind of quickly, but maybe he could make it. I think he's going to have to pit again. And maybe he could try to take the hard right in here, but the gap would be, like I said, about 6 seconds, 5 seconds of Smitty. And they'll have to then also pass Maddie as well, along with... Actually, let me just check the gap to the leader here. Hold on. Yeah, he'll have to... Yeah, if he pits now, he'll come out P4. And he'll have to repass Kenobi and Maddie and Smitty and then chase down Smitty. And I just don't know if that's going to be enough. Maddie's now caught the back of Smitty. So we do have the Yellow Flag Sector 3. That is... Toby the Tiger's actually retired. I think he's... crashed. He has, and that's a safety car. And Assassinbot hits the wall kind of hard there. I don't know what happened with Assassinbot, but he's also crashed. So we're down to 6 runners. All right, so deep breaths. So here's what's going to happen. Leslie should be taking a hard left the pit lane right now. Smitty will be joining him. Maddie will be joining him. Everyone will be just taking a hard left in the pit lane right now to get a fresh set of rubbers. That's what Leslie's doing, and he'll be putting on a set of softs. If you're coming in right now and you have a fresh set of softs, you're putting those softs on. Because there's just not time. We'll see if Smitty's going to take it in. Yes, he's going in as well. Maddie's actually going to stay out in those mediums. So he thinks he can hold on those mediums. Kenobi should be coming in as well. Exelic and Jay Leakey won't have enough time to jump him. So Maddie is going to take the pole position, but Leslie's going to be on the fresher, softer tire. So this is interesting to note. Kenobi going to come out P4, also going to be on a set of mediums. So I guess both drivers did not have a set of softs remaining in their tire wears, but they will have fresh mediums. Exelic going to come in, presumably if she has softs, she'll be putting them on. And Jay Leakey as well, if he has softs, he'll be putting them on. No, he'll be staying out. So here's, the host has left. That is Assassinbot leaving. So I think I'm now technically the host. So hope my connection doesn't screw up too much here. But anyway, Maddie. Okay, so we'll neutralize this one more time and try to explain everything. I know repetitive, but sometimes when you're here alone in the commentary booth, you start repeating shit because you run out of things to say. So here's what we know. Maddie has 6 seconds worth of time penalties, and this safety car probably hurt him horribly. Because I don't know if he's going to have enough time, especially with everyone else having fresh tires behind him except for Jay Leakey, if he's going to have enough time to pull the field 6 seconds. So I think Maddie is probably up a creek without a paddle, you could say. So that means Lesty is currently would be your de facto leader. Smitty in second, Kenobi in third. Jay Leakey in fourth, and Exelic in fifth. If Maddie can get 6 seconds clear by some chance, he would win this race. Or if Lesty, Smitty, or whatever start racking up penalties. However, Lesty is still clean. He's got one more cut to give. Smitty has one more cut to give. Kenobi, I don't think has any warnings. And Jay Leakey and Exelic has, I think, 6, so she's kind of out. Yeah, she has 3. And Jay Leakey, I'm not 100%, but I think he also has 1 warning at the very least. So it's safe to assume that as long as Lesty, Smitty... So right now, if you're Maddie, you gotta have to hope Lesty, Smitty, and Kenobi start racking up penalties and quick. Because 6 is unmanageable, but 3 could be doable. And other than that, just gotta pray and drive your butt off and hope something happens. Something maybe happened to Kenobi during the last reset where he got a little bit squirrely and lost the back end. When we get to going again, we will have at least one more lap here. We'll have one more lap on the safety car because Exelic and Jay Leakey are behind. So we'll be going back to green on lap 31. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. That would be... I'm struggling at math here. I'm thinking it's 5 laps. It is 5 laps. I just... dollar bill in the vending machine moment there. I was like trying to figure out, like, it was in, out. I was trying to figure out what was going on there. But anyway, with 5 to go here, Lesty looking for a second win of the season. Kenobi looking to try to keep... So one more quick recap again of the standings. Just quick standings update again, just because we haven't brought that up. Right now, McLaren's going to definitely extend the lead in constructor standings. That's for certain. With Kenobi being the only finisher for the Alpines group and no finishers for AlphaTauri, and Red Bull also having no finish as well. And Mercedes as well. McLaren is going to put a very sizable gap in the constructor standings. Meanwhile, in the driver standings, right now as they run, Kenobi still would walk out with the points lead, bearing any other penalties. Scanning will take a tumble. Lazy the Twig right now would be at 25, where Kenobi would be at 15. The gap between the two of them is about 14 points. So right now, Kenobi would still take the lead. Lazy would be in second. And bearing how it shakes out, Maddie would probably be P3. So that would be your top 3 with Scanny in 4th. So right now, as they run the standings, it'd be Kenobi, Lazy, Scanny, Maddie, with Smitty and Exelic both able to jump up a little bit higher, jumping Tobin, Tiger, and Kiki respectively. So your top 5 would be kind of how they run kind of here, with Kenobi, Lazy, Scanny, Maddie, Smitty, Exelic. That would be your top 5 in the standings as they run. Kind of wish I had a graphic for that. But anyway, safety car should be coming in this time by, and we'll have 5 to go. So this should be very chaotic. Safety car isn't this time. Lesty's going to try to use those softs to his advantage. Maddie going to try to hang on for dear life and try to get 6 seconds clear. Smitty going to try to jump Lesty on those mediums. Kenobi trying to use that pace he's had all day to try to get ahead of everyone. This is definitely going to be fun to watch, but advantage right now is in Lesty's court. So here we go. The next question is, when will Maddie go? We know Kenobi's been struggling on the safety cars. We'll see if he can get it geared up. And you'll ride on board with Kenobi because we know he gets kind of struggles. We'll see how he does this. We know Kenobi goes very early in the run. As from the last safety car, I think Maddie's going to, if he's smart, will back him up into the hairpin. 13-14, go then. Try to catch Lesty off guard and try to get the power down awkwardly. No, he will not. He will go quickly too. So it looks like Kenobi gets a little bit caught napping here, giving himself some space, knowing that there could be a possible spin here on cold tires. So he's going to buy himself some time here. Everyone else got through relatively clean. I think Jay Leaky may have smacked the wall. So here they come. We got 5 to go here. Here comes Lesty. Going to take the run off the line here. He's going to just on the back of Maddie. We got Smitty in 3rd, Kenobi in 4th. Lesty going to just try to get it close off the gear here. He's definitely on the back of Maddie. Those fresh tires are easily showing their wear here. And it's going to be interesting to note. Question is, when will he try to make the pass? If he makes the pass at all. Because remember, he does have... He'll jump him on tracks, so he doesn't have to force it if he doesn't want to. Doesn't want to wreck the car and throw away a lot of points here with a bad mistake. Because he's got about a second clear of Smitty, and he has softs, but doesn't want to use those softs, burn him up too much behind Maddie. So here he comes, going to bide his time, going to sit behind, make it work. So Lesty is going to just sit behind, play himself smart, and is going to just kind of bide his time here. We got Smitty next, Comey in 3rd. I'm assuming a pass may be coming here. It's going to be 3 laps for DRS is activated, so it will be activated on lap 34 and 35 respectively. So it'll be interesting to note. Lesty, again, just buying his time. Doesn't want to do anything stupid. And it looks like Maddie going all he can. He does clip the wall there. I don't know if it's enough to give him damage. Excelix jumped up to P5, Jay Leaky down to 6th. He did clip the wall there. I'm checking to see if he's got any damage. It doesn't look like he's got much. If it is, it's very, very minor. So it'll be interesting to know if it does hold. So we're going to go back here again. Going through the complex here. Going to quickly pull up my track map one more time here. And there we go. So Maddie, again, just kind of holding up. But it's not going to be enough to take the win. And it's not even going to be enough to keep. He'll probably, if we just go by a leader, he'll be able to hold on to he'll be P5 on the racing circuit right now. If he can pull it any farther, he could 2 gaps. If he can get another 3 seconds, he could get home a podium spot if he's lucky. Those are pedalies. We want to leave those on. Yeah, there we go. So back to the gap here indeed. Again, Kenobi on the back of Smitty for the final spot. I won't say the final spot at the podium. Right now, P2 on the circuit. Lesty again, just behind Maddie. Doesn't have to force it. I know I keep saying that, but he doesn't have to force it. He can bide his time. He can make the pass work when he wants to make it work. Bide his time, make his strategy work, and get going when he needs to. But with Smitty 1.6 down, if he holds around a little bit too much, or if Maddie backs him down, it could open the door for Smitty to get in closing distance along with Kenobi. Lesty, again, just a little bit behind. I'm surprised he didn't get the fast lap there, but I guess Topitan put down a real banker on those softs. ERS Vandal at 40 for Maddie, 46 for Lesty, 57 for Smitty, 63 for Kenobi. So right now the ERS advantage does favor Kenobi. But the gap being 1.6, there's not enough for DRS for the first 2. But with DRS, this pass should be happening sooner than later. Lesty going to get DRS right off here. He'll activate it right now. Not going to be enough to get a tow, but if he can stay close, he could possibly make it work. Going to get through this section relatively clean. Just in the back there, you can see Kenobi is also not making something happen as well. But Kenobi's a lot closer than Lesty is to Maddie, so a pass could happen. So here we go here. Lesty the Twig. Going to try to set something happening up here. To answer your question, Kermit, what happened here is a lot of DNFs and a lot of people spinning. We'll go over the recap later, but here comes Lesty. Going to make the pass happen on the inside. He's going to make it successfully work, and just in the distance, you can see Kenobi gets around Smitty. So the both McLarens get past. One down the second, the other down the fourth. Can Lesty and those softs run away, or is it going to be too little too late? Lesty now sits fast out the race. 26 max points there for him. Maddie there, Kenobi 3rd, Smitty 4th. Kenobi, if he can get within 2 seconds, right now with a 6-second time penalty, Maddie is going to lose out on at least top 3. So he's right now, your podium as they run is Lesty, Kenobi, Smitty. That will be your top 3. 2 to go here. Just at the end of Sector 1 here, can Maddie with his DRS get it? He wants to probably put up a fight here because he's not going to get the win. He needs to get as far away as possible from Kenobi and his own teammate, or force Lesty to make a mistake. Now Lesty gets 3 from all the warnings. This gets interesting because right now Kenobi is within 3 seconds of Lesty. So right now that's not what Lesty wants to see. Lesty has to get a move on and quickly, because right now with the gap to the leader, the gap is 2.1. So right now Kenobi will be winning this race on merit, on pay, on time penalties I should say. So Leslie has to get a move on. This is a put up or shut up lap. He has to find 8/10 off Kenobi. If those softs got anything less, he has to use it. But he's out of ERS with Kenobi having 20% left. It's now down to 1.9. So right now, it's a game of keep an eye on the left of your screen here. Keep a gap to Kenobi. If Kenobi, right now, Smitty's without 3, and Leslie has been passed by Maddie. This has gone from bad to worse. This is what Kenobi wants to see. This is what Smitty wants to see, because them fighting is allowing Kenobi to slowly reel him in. Leslie has to be aggressive here. He's going to put the little bit of a pinch on. He has to force it, and he's going to hit the DHL side. He's got damage, presumably, and that is going to allow Kenobi and Smitty to reel him in. It's all gone wrong for Leslie. It's been a mistake, you could say, as Leslie's now got damage. Is probably not too thrilled with Maddie fighting that hard when it was basically all for naught. And now it's a question of, not even a question of that, as Leslie is going to just have to take evasive action here. That could be not another 3-time time penalty, but knew was not going to hit the corner there. Didn't want to wreck Maddie, so at least good on that. But Kenobi and Smitty are looking like the cat that ate the canary, like one that ate the cream, because if Smitty can get to the back of Kenobi here, he could win this race. And if Kenobi's close as well. So here they come for the final time down the long straight. Maddie currently leads the race on circuit. Leslie in second, Kenobi in third, Smitty in fourth. Leslie going to try to force something, at least win the race on merit, you could say. Probably not too thrilled. Leslie going to make the pass to the final corner here. Leslie will cross the line in first with Maddie in second, but Kenobi will steal it, playing the strategy game, being conservative. He will get first. Smitty will get second. Leslie will get third. Maddie will get fourth. Exalc will come home in fifth. And I think Jay Leakey may come home in sixth. We'll have to see. Yeah, no, I think he actually came home in fifth. But Kenobi played it smart. Luckily got lucked out there with Leslie getting that very, very unlucky 3-second time penalty there at the end. And that kind of put a detriment in his wheelhouse, you could say, with Kenobi winning this race. And I don't think there'll be very nice words between Maddie and Leslie at the end of this race, per se. There may be a little bit of some arguments, or a little bit of like hand motions, you could say, because of what just happened. But it is racing. Maddie did have the right to go for the pass. He's trying to get as far away as possible, but probably did not make any friends per se. But anyway, as you can see, Kenobi celebrating. We'll try to get the top 3 in here for a quick interview. Sorry, that was Smitty, my mistake, celebrating. My mistake, both McLarens. But yeah, we'll take a quick run of the order. We'll try to get Kenobi, Smitty, and Leslie all in here for the interviews. But that's your top 13 here. Kenobi first, Smitty second, Leslie third, Maddie fourth, Exalc fifth, Jay Leakey sixth. That will be your finishing runners. It did say, I think Leslie get the fast lap of the race, but then Toby, it popped up with him, but then Toby got it else. But regardless, that's your results here today. Kenobi will now extend his lead in the standings instead of falling out. And that is that. So final results of the thing. We'll try to get the top 3 in, and we will do a quick interview session. So we'll go to the party screen, add players. Actually, they already are in this. Remember, it's currently in the. I'll just let them know. Yeah, if you are listening, join the CWC party screen. I'm in that one, so you can just quickly join in. Yeah, on that, we're just waiting here. So yeah. So we'll give them... Oh, there's Leslie the Twig. We'll wait, see if Kenobi or the other Smitty both join here. But, yeah, we will now wait a second here. But I guess we'll give them, like, a couple seconds. I guess while we wait, though, I guess we'll talk to you, Leslie. So welcome to the booth again, Leslie.
Hello, mate.
I wish we were talking on better terms here, but you're looking good to win this race, and you got that uncrucial 3-second time penalty, as you could say. But I guess we'll start off with the beginning of the race here. How are you feeling going into Canada here today? Did you feel like you had the pace, or did you feel like you may have been slightly in the mid-pack?
I just sort of just went into it just wanting to get a good haul of points after missing last week, and then getting a what I felt undeserved penalty in Spain. So I just wanted a haul of points here.
That we do all. We're saying some great flyers there, and I guess the next question would be, when the late safety car came out for Toby the Tiger and AssassinBot, what was going through your mind? Did you want that safety car, or did you want to take it on track? Because it looked like the mediums were probably not going to make it, so you may have had a pit. So were you wanting? Let me ask the question: did you want the safety car, or did you not want the safety car?
I didn't mind the safety car, but then it happened, and what's happened, I think I could have actually made those mediums get to the end, and with the gap I had, about 11-12 seconds, and with Matty being the fastest of the two McLarens with 6-second penalties, he was going to overtake Smitty at some point. So I thought I would have had the win there easily. So yeah, the safety car has now annoyed me a bit. But, yeah.
That is racing. I guess now we'll talk about the elephant in the room here, with you and Maddie on track there. I guess what was going through your perspective was you were looking good to win this race, and then obviously you got that 3, and then Maddie kind of shoved up the inside, and that kind of made it topsy-turvy. So I guess my question is you think it was like, do you wish Maddie didn't go for it, or do you think it's just racing?
No, I know he has every right, and obviously Smith's behind, obviously trying to capitalise on my penalty as well, which was my own mistake. And there was some good little racing and battling there, but yeah, there was just one point where I wasn't really left room. I was put into the wall. And if penalties have been given in the past based on that, then I'm hoping the same will be done here. But yeah,
we did get a good look on the onboard from your perspective, so we'll see what stewards hold from this. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. Something could be respectively done, but still good points all day. You do take over P2 in the standings, so good at least finish for you here today, Lesty, and hopefully you can rebound next week.
Cheers, Pepsi.
All right, next we'll go up to Smitty, because Smitty did just join. So can you hear me, Smitty?
I can. Sorry, I'm not used to this.
Yeah. First time I heard you as well. Same thing, you and Kenobi. So we'll get to Kenobi in a second, but we'll go with you first. But today it did. So I guess we'll start off here today. So you looked like you had. Well, first, yeah. Well, I guess we'll start off. You did look like you were a little bit of the slower of the two McLarens. So I guess my question is today. Yeah. You kind of were here to survive a little bit. So I guess my question is did you try to... okay, let me rephrase this. Did you take any tips from Maddie, or was it a situation where you kind of were your own lone wolf? Because it looks like you two kind of interact a little bit. So did Maddie help you out at all, is my first question.
Indirectly. So we didn't really have any team orders as such, because we were on different strategies. Because of the first safety car, he boxed in for soft medium, I think, and I stayed out because he had a 5-second penalty to serve, so I didn't want to double stack. Then I changed my mind and went on to hards. So we had a different strategy, but then after the next safety car I pitted into the fresh mediums, and then him and Lesty were fighting at the front. I could see he had the 6-second penalty, and then I think Lesty got one as well, and Will was coming up behind, so we just kind of all compressed in, and he came out for second.
I guess my next question would be, is again the safety car that came out with the incident with Toby the Tiger and AssassinBot. I guess my question on that one is, did you, because it looked like you were going to hear, Lesty was thinking the mediums could have made it, but I was thinking they couldn't have. So the question mark of the day is, I'm assuming you weren't were you happy the safety car came out, or were you not happy? And if the safety car didn't come out, do you think you could have maybe won this race?
I think if the safety car hadn't come out, at the time I was unhappy with it. But looking back on it, Will was quicker than me on the hards. He was catching me. Matt might have been able to drag me around a bit with the DRS, but he had a 6-second time penalty. So it was just whether Matt had fresher tyres on the mediums, if he could stretch them out before he changed, or I think he might have been on softs at that point. If he could have dragged us out, we might have been able to get 2-3, but overall I think 2-4 was probably as good as we could have hoped.
Yeah, with that safety car,
definitely Matt helped, definitely.
Yeah, Matty did kind of help you out there, because it looked like Lesty may have at least avoided you there, but with him fighting at the very last second, it did bump you up to P2, because it was kind of hard for him to pull away. But I guess the last question is, this is your first podium in CWC. How does it feel to get your first podium, and do you feel like this is kind of after what happened last week? I know I don't want to rake old spirits, but does it feel like the monkeys kind of got off your back a little bit, and you feel like you can springboard into something? Because we're P7 in the standings, but now you'll probably be P5. So do you think you can use this as momentum for something?
Absolutely, yeah. I think race 1 I qualified in second and then had a power cut. Managed to get 10th, and then at Spain I was on controller because I was away, and then last week obviously we saw what happened there, so let's not revisit that. But yeah I think this is a good platform to try and push on and hopefully me and Matty can for the constructors as well, because I think that'll keep us top.
You did pull a lot of points with all the other finishers either having one finisher or no finishers. You definitely extended the gap in the constructors. But thank you again for joining here for today for Smitty. Also, good work on the website, and hopefully you keep having good finishes here today.
Cheers, Pepsi. Thanks.
All right, and now we'll go to our race winner here, Kenobi, who didn't get his moment in the sun last week, but will get his moment in the sun this week, even though it did look like the chance of that happening was slim. So can you hear me, Kenobi?
Yeah. How you doing, Pepsi?
Good to hear. So I guess first off, we'll go back to qualifying here. You barely missed out on pole position, but you looked like you had the pace in the race. So I guess my first question is, did you feel like you were going to be a strong car that could win today? I assume that might be about your pace. But did you think there was anyone else you kind of feared in this lobby going out of qualifying?
Well, looking at quality, definitely probably Matty. Pulled out a really good lap, and obviously Lesty's rapid. So I thought he would, if he was able to get some free air. I thought he wouldn't see the back of him, but I won't lie, I got very lucky on that safety car. It suited me to an absolute T.
After the first safety car, you did have that little, on those hards, you did have that little mistake where you did lose the back end, and I don't think it's safe to assume that, I was going to say, oh, the safety car, did it help you, hurt you? It obviously helped you because it towed you back in. So I guess the question is, though, after that little mistake, because I'm assuming you were going to go on a similar strategy similar to Smitty and try to make the hards work, do you think, again, if the safety car didn't come out and you didn't spin, did you think those hards would have been the right call at that time, or did you think you wanted to try a set of mediums?
Probably would have preferred the mediums, just to try and catch up with the chasing pack, but I can't complain the way it played out today, to be honest.
True. I don't think I could complain either. And I guess the one other question here today is, it looked like you were looking like you're going to sell in for a P2 here today, but then with the battling between Maddie and Lesty happening, it kind of opened the door for you to get just close enough under penalty. So I guess going through your head, what was going through your head when you saw Lesty flashed up with 3 seconds?
I didn't actually know till I crossed the line.
Oh, you didn't even notice? Like, it usually tells you in game.
I just had tunnel vision. I wasn't even looking at the top left. I play in cockpit, so I didn't actually see it till the wee MFD changed to P1 at the end.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that. I know, so I've done League Race before. It was up like, oh, he's got 3 seconds. Oh, I'm going to do this. Like, you're doing the math backwards in your head, but you didn't even know. No one told you.
I was more focused on. I had 2 warnings.
So I thought you had one. Yeah,
I had 2 warnings. I got one in the first corner, and I was kicking myself, and I thought, if that comes to bite me, I was just trying to focus on maybe getting P3 or P2 from Matty. So I got quite fortunate in that one.
Yeah, you did. You got lucky with Matty fighting there, and it helped get your win. But I guess now with this being 2 wins in the season, back to back, even though you could say you kind of had some little bit of chaos in both races and were able to survive to the end. I guess my question of the day is, you're now going to have a bigger lead in the point standings. How do you take this going forward? With such a long calendar to go, how do you take this going forward? What's your next move or next mission, I guess, with us going to France next week?
Go for a pole position and then just hope for more carnage.
I mean, yeah, you've been surviving the carnage well so far. I think you, Exelic, and a few other drivers have really banked on the carnage and have really survived it to the end. So it may not be the most.
I think there's faster guys than me, to be honest. But
maybe, but you would have won Spain on pace. So, but Toby Tigers has been a little unlucky, and with Leslie missing last week, but it sometimes just takes a little bit of luck to win, and that's what's happened.
Yeah, definitely, man. I agree with that.
So thank you again for Kenobi. Hopefully, I don't think the rest of it wants me wishing you for 3 in a row, but hopefully you can get 3 in a row next week.
You never know.
Thank you for joining me, and that will do it here for us. Next week is France. It is going to be 8 p.m. BST, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Convert for the rest of your times here. But until then, I'm PepsiFreak212, ROP, Yuki, whatever you like to call me. Till then, thank you and good night.